And now, I have the pleasure of introducing to many of you for the first time, my dad, AAPA's new Chief Executive Officer and Executive Vice President, Bill Leinweber.
Excellence. Bill, it's all yours.
Thank you, Ann. You're a star. Good morning. It's really a real privilege and pleasure to be here as your new Chief Executive Officer and Executive Vice President. And I'm looking forward to have the opportunity to meet many of you in person over the next several days. I appreciate being so warmly welcomed by so many of you over the last several months. I joined the Academy, as you know, in mid-February, and the welcome I've received from our staff, our Board of Directors, our Foundation Board of Trustees, House officers, my new friends and colleagues, Timmy Barwick at PAEA, Janet Lathrop at NCCPA, and John McCarty at ARC-PA. I just can't thank all of you enough for the welcome. It is my privilege and my honor to be with you. Thank you. I'm often asked, since coming on board at the PAEA as I travel, what drew my interest in exploring the opportunity to join the Academy and provide some leadership based on my experience. And I really would share that for more than 20 years, I've worked with organizations that they were just outstanding organizations comprised of members, many of them just like you, dedicating to making a difference in the health of individuals and collectively the health of the nation. And I really believe from the bottom of my heart that physician assistants are critical to the health of the nation and are going to be increasingly so in the years to come. As frontline providers of health care on a daily basis, you transform lives. Many of you practice in fields of medicine where, in fact, on a daily basis, you're saving lives. You and your work, your dedication to your patients, and the service that you provide to your community make an enormous difference. Working with you, with the leadership of the Academy, and with all of our partner organizations, you have my commitment to make certain that the impact of our profession and the impact of the Academy only continue to grow, and I look forward to working with you in that regard. It's been a busy first couple of months at the Academy, and the staff and board can tell you we've been up to a lot of work looking at where we are and where we'd like to go. And in my initial months, we've invested considerable time and resources in assessing how we're positioned as a profession to provide leadership in fulfilling the mission of the organization. The profession and the Academy, from my point of view, share an enviable cadre of assets that many, many organizations would die to have and really need to be leveraged to the fullest potential to achieve our mission and vision. I'd like to share with you a few examples that we've discovered and discussed in some detail with the leadership over the past few months that are going to require a new sense of discipline and determination on the part of the Academy. And I'll just share a few of those with you in the moments ahead. First and foremost, we've yet to demonstrate sufficient value to engage a large percentage of our professional colleagues as members in the Academy. Not acceptable. That has to change. In recent months, national media outlets such as the New York Times, the Washington Post, USA Today, and the Wall Street Journal have filed stories on the primary care physician shortage facing the nation. Unfortunately, none of these stories in these publications made even an implied reference to the role of the physician assistant as a solution to this real and growing problem. I think you'll agree that's not acceptable. PAs must be positioned, must be recognized as an integral element of the national conversation and decision-making on the healthcare needs of the nation. Another challenge, the pipeline of rigorous research on the PA profession, both workforce-related research and health outcomes-related research, has been shallow and woefully underfunded, resulting in an expanding range of questions we are simply unable to answer. unacceptable. Institutions of higher education throughout the country are undertaking the development of doctoral programs for clinical health professions with little to no evidence that these programs will yield more capable and competent healthcare professionals. Collectively, the official response to this phenomenon by the professional associations with PA-related missions, silence, not acceptable. While we may exercise no control over the institutions of higher education and the degree programs that they choose to advance, we're not dismissed from an obligation to speak with succinct clarity about the impact of the doctoral degree on the current and future members of the PA profession. Thank you. Addressing some of these challenges that I've outlined and the other challenges that we're looking at are going to require change on multiple levels in the Academy. And some of those that I'd like to share with you include change in the staff and governance structures of the AAPA, which we're discussing, change in how we develop and manage our relationships with physician and other partner organizations that are so critical to the healthcare team concept we believe in, change in how we think and act in terms of positioning PAs as healthcare leaders in outreach and dialogue with decision makers and opinion leaders, change in how we work to support the growth and development of our constituent organizations, the many chapters, state chapters represented here today, and the many specialty organizations that we interface with on a daily basis, and change in the level of collaboration that will be essential, absolutely essential, between the AAPA, PAEA, ARC-PA, and NCCPA. We must speak as a unified voice to advance the profession. I come before you this morning with an invitation, or I might even say a request, that you join the AAPA leadership in our efforts to really elevate the impact of the profession and the performance of the Academy. We have nowhere to go but up with your help, and I'm counting on it. And in working together to achieve a heightened level of impact and performance, it's my strong belief that the health of our nation's citizenry are the ultimate beneficiaries. And as Gregor said in his remarks, it's about the patients, the patients, the patients. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard this a couple of times this morning, but I want you to hear it from me personally. It is a new day at the AAPA. You know, as we're talking about change at the Academy, our country's also preparing for a transformation and change in political leadership. And in the seemingly... We are a nonpartisan organization. I'll just throw that disclaimer out there. But change is good. In this seemingly never-ending build-up to the 2008 election cycle, healthcare consistently registers as among the highest priority concerns of our fellow citizens. As frontline providers of healthcare in a growing range of settings, PAs, in my opinion, are afforded both opportunity and obligation for the profession and for the patients in shaping the next blueprint of healthcare for our nation. It is our obligation. We must be there. We must be involved. With a professional heritage built from a desire to extend the reach of medicine and health for all, leadership for health is the imperative of the physician assistant. The foot-dragging, the lack of political will and courage about how to accomplish effective change in our nation's healthcare system cries out for leadership from physician assistants. We can get the ball rolling, and we will.